District 102 workshop, Becoming a Club Coach series for today. And it's Andy, is your Sergeant in Arms and as well Toastmaster in the evening for today. So by attending this workshop, you agree to all TI policy, and also you discharge Toastmaster International for all claim and damages with liability in connection to today's event. You can read this, or if you want to take screenshot, it's standard this. First, we'll begin. I would like to invite the organizing chair for this event, Division B Director, 𝗕𝗲𝗂𝗯, to take over the scene. Over to you, 𝗕𝗲𝗂.
Thank you, Toastmaster Andy, for the introduction. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's Club Coach Workshop. And we are pleased to deliver this workshop right from the desk of the CGD herself. And why we have this workshop? It is because we in Toastmasters International, we want to support all clubs and we want to help all clubs to excellence. If you view your club's dashboard from time to time, you will notice that there are actually many clubs who are calling out and who will need club coaches. But yet, the number of club coaches always does not match the club that needs it. So hence, District 102 Club Growth Team, we have decided to conduct this workshop to equip and to train more club coaches so that the club coaches can come in and provide their insight and experience to the clubs to help the clubs grow, to help the clubs blossom, and to help the clubs be strong for their distinguished club program. So now, without further ado, we will pass the time on to our District Director, Toastmaster Robert, to give his opening speech and to share more to us on his personal view of this workshop and its purpose. Over to you, Robert.
Thank you, 𝗕𝗲𝗂𝗯. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, becoming a club coach is not exactly the same as becoming a football coach or a badminton coach. Here in Toastmasters, you are being groomed to become a turnaround specialist. Somebody who can walk into any department in your organization and uplift that entire department and turn it around. Can you imagine how valuable you will become if you have that skills? How important you will be in your own company if you have that skills. So it begins here. In that sense, I am very thankful to the club growth team led by Valerie and organizing chair 𝗕𝗲𝗂𝗯 to have come together and put this workshop together. And I'm thankful to Aaron as well for volunteering himself to be the facilitator. Me and him go a long way as club coaches together many moons ago. Now, as you embark on this journey on volunteering to become a club coach, one of the obstacles that you may most likely face is the reluctance of a club to accept a club coach. Because at the back of their mind, they're probably thinking, what is it that you can do for me that I cannot do myself? After all, I know my club very well. Okay, so you need to come in as a solutions provider, not somebody who's desperate to get the credit to become a DTM. All right, what is it that you're bringing to the table that the clubs cannot possibly do on their own? So as Aaron is speaking today, keep your mind open, ask a lot of questions, start to think, what is it that you can bring to the table which is different from or what the club cannot do? Valerie and I will most likely have to open bigger doors for you so that you can do more for the club. So start thinking and start asking questions. With that, again, I thank Aaron for becoming the facilitator today and 𝗕𝗲𝗂𝗯 and Valerie for putting this workshop together. All the best. Back to you.
Thank you, District Director Robert Ram. Yes, ask questions. If you have all these burning questions, keep it to the end of Aaron's session later, and later you throw all your session at the end. For your information, club coach in this modern era now is a little bit different than you're being a club coach 10 years ago. Completely different. My era and current era is different. And they say that club, and we have feedback that club coach, club mentor, even club sponsor, the public is confused. What's the difference? Or say some club, what can a club coach do? How to be a club coach? What benefit being a club coach? All this will be covered into this topic. It is now we go to the main dish, which is the training session which of becoming a club coach led by Aaron Chan. Aaron is my brother from another mother from the same hometown. He's two club, Shine Toastmaster and DTM Toastmaster Club. There's two club where Aaron belongs currently. With his experience for more than 10 years in Toastmaster, I believe Aaron will share to you the knowledge how to become a club coach. With this, please put a round of applause to Aaron Chan, the facilitator for today's topic, becoming a club coach. Aaron, over to you.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmasters and Dio. Yes, my brother from another mother. We all come from Ipoh. That's why we all look so good looking, right? Okay. I think as Andy put it just now, that if you have any questions, please feel free to type in the chat and I will try to answer them at the end of the session. We've also collected questions from the registration form and I've gone through the questions and some of the answers would be spelled out during my presentation as well. So I hope that if there's anything, you just keep it and then we'll take it at the end of the session. Okay, let's perhaps a little introduction. I think many people may not have seen me before. I joined Toastmasters in 2013. I was conned into a demo meeting by my charter president and I said that he said free food. At that time it was very interesting, right? Go and eat free food. And so I went for the demo meeting. It was very interesting. And I thought that, wow, I really want to speak like the demo speaker. Because the demo speaker spoke about the magic of Toastmasters. And I told myself, I really want to experience this magic. And so without thinking much, I actually signed up as a member, as a charter member of Gamuda Toastmasters Club. And that was in 2013. So this means I've been a Toastmasters for 12 years. I do question myself sometimes, why am I still here? But when I see people like Robert and a few other senior Toastmasters in current in the district, I'm sure they have their answers and I'm sure that same answers would be just like mine as well. Along the way, I played different roles for the district as well. I was the past district administration manager in 2019 to 2020. I was a past division D director 2018 to 2019. I was also a pathway guide, and this was the people who brought in the introduction of pathways in 2016 to 2017. It was very interesting because we were very excited about how pathways was different from the previous education system. Along the way, I also helped in many district support teams in PQ, in CG team, TLI team, logistics team. This term specifically more towards CG team as the club extension chair. I've played all three leadership club roles. So club sponsor, club mentor, and club coach. So club sponsor, I helped to charter the USJ Toastmasters Club. I think Sachni is here. I saw her somewhere. Yes, so that was the club that helped to charter many years ago. I was a club mentor for Damansara Pradana Toastmasters Club. Unfortunately, this club doesn't exist anymore due to the elections. Long story, but it was very interesting. Okay, and finally, I was also a club coach for Submit Toastmasters Club. And as Robert said just now, we were both partnering together as coaches for this club. And at that time, the president was Hazel. Personally, I'm a HR consultant and trainer. I'm also a coach, corporate coach, as well as I deem myself as a behaviorist. I just love to look at people's behavior and to help people in their personal development and growth as well. When you hear the word club coach, what do you understand by it first? Okay, I'm going to open the group chat and let's see.
Someone that coaches the EXCO.
Someone that coaches the EXCO. Okay, that's a good one, Inhan. Okay, some more? Who else would like to say? If you can't unmute, you can actually type on the group chat as well. Nina said, coach is someone who helps with short-term goals. Okay. Caroline Tay says, coach the club. Okay. Caroline, can you just extend it a little bit? When you say coach the club, what does the coach do to coach the club? All right. You just expand that a little bit. Okay. Coach is someone who helps with short-term goals. All right. What else? Come. What do you understand by club coach? Someone who coached the club from current state to the desired state. Okay, Claire can take over already. Can. Casey says to guide the club. Okay, then Nina said certain targets and aims or goals. Okay, so the short-term goals were certain, and now add on with certain things, certain targets and aims. Okay, Kenny says rebuild the club back to good standing. A support member for the club to identify new and more effective ways of achieving charter strength and minimum DCP. That's a nice one, Ranveer. Okay, so everything that you have written here is true in many ways. That is the role of the club coach on what the club coach is supposed to do. Okay, so why then do we need a club coach? I think that's a very important question to ask ourselves. Why Toastmasters said that, okay, let's have a role that can help clubs. And why is this role needed? Okay, first thing is, some of these clubs, when you become a club coach, they face many challenges, especially in membership and meeting quality. All right. Now, these two things are usually hand in hand. When a meeting quality is not too good, it will affect membership. And vice versa as well. If your membership role is also not too good, it will also influence the meeting quality. So one of the things that if a club faces membership challenges, most likely meeting quality will also be affected. And that's what the club coach is there to help and to partner with the clubs in terms of building members and helping them with their membership meeting quality. It's also what Kenny said just now, to help struggling clubs regain health and sustainability. Okay, you want them to continue on, to go on and on. It's also an external support. Sometimes I do believe that when excos of a certain struggling club, right, they seem to see things from their own perspective. Sometimes it's nice to have someone outside. So as a trainer myself, I've gone to many corporate clients, and corporate clients will always tell me, Aaron, when you come into our company, right, please scold them, please give the shelling, tell them how to be effective leaders, etc., etc. Because you're an external party, they will forgive you for that. And I think that's also true for a club coach in Toastmasters. The club coach, in the end of the day, is coming in to give a very fresh perspective to the club in terms of how the club can be better in terms of their membership and meeting quality. With the club coach and with a different perspective, it does help to reignite some form of club culture and energy to them. I still remember when I first started coaching Summit Toastmasters Club. I remember all these years they were actually in a tuition center, and it was very homely. And I guess because of that, the culture was very homely. Therefore, it was very comfortable. And then I think one of the decision that we actually came to agreement was, let's move to another place. Perhaps another place could, when you change the venue, you change the energy. And that's what they did. And from there was a shift in energy. And when they moved to the energy, that club became very different, and there were added members into it. Okay. Then after that, there was another call. I think I remember Robert actually suggested, why not do a speechcraft? And they did. And when they did the speechcraft, they even added more members into it. So that kind of reignited that club culture and energy for them. So it's important for the club coach to actually be that guide for them as well. Guide officers, okay. And the club coach is not to replace the officers. They are not there to say, hey, I'm better than you, therefore listen to me. No, they are there to walk with the officers and to tell them that and to cheer them on in giving them the space for them to grow. And most importantly, a club coach role is to ensure that even when the club coach role is done, the club is still there. The club still continues to grow. Okay, I'm proud to say that Robert and myself, we have already I think we've done our coach role for Summit, and they are still growing and they are still sustainable until today. So that is actually a success story in terms on how a club coach is supposed to be. Okay, so what are the benefits for all the stakeholders when there's a club coach? I would like to start with the district first, because when you have a good club coach, a club still survives. And a club still survives, that adds to the district's, the district's mission, which is to rebuild clubs, right? So when you build more clubs, district will continue to be stronger and stronger. And, we want to meet Robert's goal for the district, which is smartly distinguished, right? So, when you are a coach, you really help the district to meet those goals as well. Not only that, I think it also helps the club. the club will have a very different perspective, a fresh of breath air for them to have a new energy to continue to move forward and to be sustainable, and not just something that is every fortnightly they just meet and meet. I also look at the members in the club, because when they see growth, they get excited and they feel like, wow, there's new energy, and you can even see them continue to push themselves forward and to become how to say you will see them personal growth. Who would have thought in my when I was their club coach, right, that a member of Submit Toastmasters Club end up being the club growth director? Who would have thought that time, right? So imagine what you can do for the club, for a member to be inspired to continue on in many other roles. And for yourself as a club coach, it is a personal development. Let me tell you that I've helped Submit Toastmasters Club for 3 terms, 3 years. And there were times where I really felt like giving up. I really feel that I'm too tired to continue to push on, because it is a lot of work. But I remember Hazel brought me out for Mamak, and she says, Aaron, come one more term and we will support you. And I said, okay. And that's what we did. And that pushed that club to move forward as well. So as a personal learning from me, I really felt a lot of understanding of what resilient is. I really felt like, okay, this is not giving up. It's really a leadership lesson for you yourself as a coach. So I really encourage you to take it as to really become a coach if you have never become a club coach before. Okay, so let's look at the definition of what is a club coach. So technically speaking, a club coach is assigned by the district to support clubs with whose membership is less than 12 members. So this means if your club has 13 members, then unfortunately your club is not eligible to have any club coaches, because to TI, I understand the logic, to TI, you are strong enough for 13 members to become coaches yourself within, to try to build the club within. Okay, for these club coaches, it is for clubs that are less than 12 members. Okay, the second thing you need to also recognize is that it is appointment that lasts 2 program years. Okay, please remember this word, right? 2 program years. And these 2 program years means even if you are elected or appointed, you are appointed, let's say middle half of this program year. Let's say, for example, now this program year is 2025 to 2026, and you get appointed in December 2025. Okay, this means you are only moving your first year. When you go on to the following new program year, which is 2026 to 2027, that is number 2. So which means, if we get club coaches to be appointed by July of every term, because then you have exactly 2 years, 2 program years to do it. Okay, so that's something important. And the goal of the club coach, how do you know that you have achieved your goal, is you help the club become distinguished or better. I won't go through too much about what it means to become distinguished. This is where you help them to meet DCP goals, and I hope that you know what it means to become distinguished, so that I don't repeat this one. Okay, next one. Many people have also asked us before, what's the difference between club coach, club sponsor, and club mentor? Right? What is the why got these 3 differences? Okay, so let me just go through this is my definition of each one. Okay, so club coach is working with an existing low member club to rebuild and reach distinguished status. Okay, and in the club growth team, the club retention chair looks after this. Do you know who your club retention chair is? Dang, dang, dang. Okay, in case you can Valerie just write on the chat group, yeah, just in case people don't know who the club retention chair is. All right. Okay, then you have the club sponsor. So the club sponsor role is to help form a brand new club and to guide the chartering process and to help recruit members as well. Okay, and this is supported by the club extension chair, all right, in the club growth team. And finally, the club mentor. And this is the one that people always confuse between club coach and club mentor. Okay, now the club mentor is to guide a new club that has just been established or just been chartered okay, for good habits and officer strength, to help these new officers and help these club members understand all of the club meeting, what happens in the club meeting, etc., etc. Okay, so the club mentor works for the first 6 months of the club's existence. All right, and the club sponsor is usually before the club existed, and the coach is the one is after the club existed and is struggling already. All right, now the club mentor is looked after by the club quality chair. Just in case you also don't know, everything is on the chat group already. Okay, please look for all these people if you need assistance or you need more information about the role. Okay, now if I could just equivalent them to something, right, a role that they play, I really think the coach, right, is like a partner to the club. It's not a replace. You don't replace the exco, as I said. You also don't tell the exco, hey, listen to me, I'm the best in this. You partner with them, you work with them, and you give your perspective to them. At the end of the day, the one who makes the decision is still the club exco, not you as the club coach. You just partner with them. Now, the club sponsor, I equate as somebody who's an entrepreneur. You look for opportunity to charter new clubs, to see where there is opportunity to open new clubs for the district. And the mentor is a trainer. You really train the members on how a meeting is being run, and you train the excos on what are their roles and responsibilities are. So basically, this is the difference between club coach, club sponsor, and club mentor. Okay, I hope that this will be very helpful in the future. Okay, let's go on to requirements to become a club coach. Okay, all these things can be found in the TI website and taken on the TI website. Yeah. Right. The first to be eligible to be appointed to be a club coach, number one, you need to be a paid member in good standing, okay, with TI. Okay, number two, you cannot be an existing paid member of the club at the time of appointment, okay, even 6 months prior to appointment. So for example, if in the past I joined Submit Toastmasters Club, I'm a member already, and then I decided to be a club coach, cannot, because I am a member of the club already. Or if I decided to leave the club for a while, and 6 months later I come back and say, can I be a club coach? You cannot. You have to have at least more than 6 months prior to your appointment as a club coach. Okay, that's very important. Remember, right? Number three, you need to be a member of TI for at least 1 year. Okay, this is why is it I understand this requirement, because you need to understand the ecosystem of Toastmasters first before you can guide other people about the ecosystem and how to become better. Okay. Number four, you need to serve as a club officer for 1 annual term or 2 semi-annual terms. In other words, 1 whole term. Most of you here, your clubs have a club officer that is 1 annual term. I think there's only 1 or 2 clubs in the district that practice these 2 semi-annual terms. If I'm not mistaken, Malaysian Dental Association Toastmasters Club practices this 2 semi-annual terms. Okay, 2 semi-annual terms, that means from July to December and then January. Correct. December to January and then January to June. Okay, that's how the 2 semi-annual terms is. But okay, don't need to confuse. You remember, you just play the club officer role for 1 year. Okay. Number 5, you have completed a minimum of level 2 in a path, all right, or an advanced communicator bronze or advanced leader bronze. This is the old education system. Okay, if you have done that, then you can be appointed as a club coach. Okay, and this is something new. In the past, we don't have this. Okay, this is something new and it's important. You need to complete the club coach program training module in base camp. Okay, so you can need to go base camp to find this program. You need to go through it first before district can say, okay, you can be appointed. So district will know if you have not completed the club coach program training. So this is something new and it's something that you need to take note of, all right, before you become a club coach. Okay, what are the skill sets you will learn as a club coach? Number 1 is leadership and influence, because you would become a partner and you need to learn how to influence the exco. Sometimes when you are a club coach, you end up meeting people who have been in Toastmasters for a long time. And sometimes they may think that I know so many things. Who are you to advise me? So sometimes you need to learn how to influence them and how to lead them as well. Okay, because number one, you are not their boss and you are not their leader, but you're all peers together partnering with them. So this is something that you will learn as you influence the club excos to do it. Okay. Number two, strategic planning. There are many things that you would need to plan with the exco in terms of how to market the club, how to build the club with their membership as well. You need to learn, you also learn a lot of networking, because one of the roles that you can play as a club coach is to help the club find role players, as simple as that, for their club meetings, so that they don't have to worry so much about who is coming for their club to become role players, and they can just focus on their internal membership. So this is something that you can do to network with other people to bring them into the club. Okay, project management, like for example, perhaps your the club that you are coaching will want to do a speech craft. You were there to guide them and to help them with project management, or you will also do perhaps a YLP and then help them to project manage together. So you yourself will also learn a project management skill. Okay, and finally, this is something personal from my side, is EQ. You will learn to be very patient and you will learn to be very resilient as well. Because sometimes, yes, you can plan a lot, but sometimes those plans may not come out not to fruition of what you want. So sometimes a lot of resilience and motivation is needed to push on as well. Okay. So what are the tools that you will use with the clubs? Okay, one is the moments of truth. This is something that most likely you will do this on the COT number 2. And even if you don't go for COT number 2, it's good when you go in as a club coach with the moments of truth form, to go there and diagnose with the club exco and be honest with their diagnosis as well. The second one is the club success plan. Today is the 29th of September. If you have not submit your club success plan, you have until tomorrow. But if can, please do it tonight, yeah, for all your clubs, because if not, you will not get your distinguished club status in the future if you do reach that. Okay, so this is very important. And so the club coach can look at the club success plan and see and plan with the club on how they can meet those goals in the club success plan. And finally, also get to read the quality club meeting manual or the presentation. At least you can help the club in building quality club meetings for them. As I said, right? Quality meetings will affect membership. So this is something important for you as a club coach to know also what is a quality club meeting. Okay, now what will you get as a club coach? Okay, first, I think I didn't put this in, but in the past, we get a club coach pin. I'm not sure whether that pin still exists. I think that, I'm not sure. Robert, is the pin still there? The club coach pin still exists in TI? Yes, right? Okay, so if you are a club coach, you may get a pin, okay, a club coach pin. Okay. So if you successfully coach the club to achieve recognition in the DCP program at the end of the term, okay, you will get number one, credit in the education system, okay, program towards your DTM. So if one of the requirement to become a DTM is either you become a club mentor or club coach. Okay, so this one you will meet it. All right. Second one, you get a digital certificate of accomplishment. Now, in recent years, TI has recognized that the role of the club coach can be very daunting. And sometimes it feels very long. And that kind of service really is very commendable. And so therefore, they have actually said that you can earn your club coach as an optional credit towards service as a district leader. Okay, what does this mean? It just means that when you finish the club coach role, it is equivalent to you have done a AD or a DVD. Okay, but please don't think of just skipping AD and DVD. Okay, I really encourage, if you have not become an area director or division director before, please do so. Okay, I'm sure the district will want more leaders to stand up. All right, so yeah, but this is another option, okay, if for you to get a district leader in terms of your credit to get your DTM as well. Okay, now what about the club? If you are here today not to become a club coach, but you're thinking about how can my club become a to get a club coach. Okay, so this is it. The club that wants the club coach must have at least 3 members. All right, but no more than 12 members in good standing at the time of appointment. All right, so this is one of the requirements of the club. Number 2, the club must not be suspended or closed. So once you hit the 12 members, you must straight away say, okay, can we be appointed as club coach? All right. Okay, and number 3, the club can only have maximum 2 coaches at one time. Okay, 2 coaches at one time. So maximum for that. All right. So that is the club's requirement to get a club coach. Right. So how can we become a club coach? Okay, step number 1, you need to be appointed first. Okay. So how are you going to be appointed? Number 1, you need the club needs to recognize the need for a coach. Okay, some clubs that has less than 12 members, sometimes they don't feel that they need a club coach. So that's the clubs that we usually may not appoint one. They feel that they can do it on their own, so we let them be. All right, so that is what. So the club needs to say that, they need to tell the district, hey, we need a club coach. Okay. Number 2, a coach is then identified or assigned. All right, based on the data that we have, who is eligible or wants to be a club coach. Sorry, not eligible and wants to be a club coach. Then this club coach is identified and assigned. Okay, but you notice there with the club's consent. So the club, what does this mean? It means that the club must be comfortable with you as a coach. So remember, just like I say, right, a skill to have is leadership and influence. So this where you play your influence and how you build network with them. So this is important because a club can say, I don't like Valerie, so many Valerie don't become club coach. That can happen. Okay, so you need to be so the club need to consent you to become their club coach. Okay, and then an agreement is signed, okay, between you and the club. Okay, so that at least there is a mutual expectation and mutual accountability. Right, and in this in terms of protocol, the DD, the district director, will be the one that submit the appointment to TI. Sometimes the CGD does it as well on delegation. Okay, but they need to send it to TI to confirm that you are appointed as club coach for this particular club. Okay, now once you have gotten your appointment, the first 30 days is very important. The first 30 days you need to submit a report, and this report is this report actually includes your club profile and also what are the initiatives and strategies. So which means when you are appointed, right, you really have to meet the club exco, talk to them, go and attend their meetings, see what is give them do a SWOT analysis with them, so that at least you can see what are the things that this club can do. Okay, and it needs to be sent to the CGD with a copy to the district director via email, and this needs to be done within the first 30 days. I must say, becoming a club coach in the past was slightly easier. No report in the past, but yeah, this is something new and it's important. Yeah. All right. Okay. Step number 3. Every 60 days, you need to send a progress report. Okay. And this progress report is to show how is the club progressing. What are some of the successes and challenges faced by you as a coach? Okay, so that, and this is important, so that the club growth director and her team is able to support you as well as a club coach, so that at least they know, all right, what can be done and what you have done and what are the challenges that you face as a coach. So this is actually something important. So you need to send in every 60 days to the club growth director. And finally, imagine that after 2 years that you have become, the club has become distinguished after all your hard work and they've become distinguished. You need to submit your final report at the end of the assignment. Okay, so the report will include the outcome of the coaching and all the lessons learned in terms of successes and challenges. Okay, and this needs to be sent to the club growth director and copied to district director. Okay, now this is very important. Yeah, it's important for you to take note that this report must be signed by the club president. What does this mean? This means that the club president notice and recognizes you as a coach that has helped the club. This is important because sometimes there are times where a club coach just sail through, okay? Sail through. What I mean sail through? They just follow the flow. They didn't do much and the club suddenly become distinguished. Okay. And then the club realized that actually the club coach didn't do anything, didn't do much at all. Okay, and so the club president has the right not to sign the report. Okay, so it's important to know that this is accountability. You really, again, this is for the sustainability of the club. So it's a win-win situation. So do not fall into the trap of that. Okay, let's sail it through that way. Okay, because the club president has the right to say no. I don't want to sign it for you. Okay. So this is very important, yeah. So you need to learn how to build relationships and influence as well. Okay, if you want more resources of all that we are going to, what we talk about here, these are the two links. Okay, you can scan the QR code. One is the Club Coach program. This is a link to the TI. Every resources is there. Okay, and all the forms that I talked about just now, you can find it in this Club Coach form here. Okay, right? I give you time to scan and you see what you want to see. All right. Okay, now here are some typical questions that I get about club coach. Okay, now what if after 2 years the club does not reach DCP and does not reach distinguish? What happens? Okay, well, you can be reappointed as a club coach again for another 2 years. Okay, you can be reappointed as a club coach for another 2 years. So this is, so you can imagine the journey. If you do this 2 years plus 2 years, that's 4 years. That's like equivalent doing a CGD, PQD, DD, IPDD if you want to. Okay. But it is really, if you have not finished within the 2 years, you can be reappointed as a club coach. Okay. Now, some clubs may decide not to reappoint you because they may think that perhaps, the chemistry is not there and another club coach is needed. That can happen as well. Okay. Secondly, what if halfway through your journey, you notice that the relationship between you and the club is not so good? Well, you can be unappointed as well. So the club can actually write to CGD and say that, no, we are not doing very well with this club coach. We need to unappoint this club coach so that we can appoint a new club coach as well. Okay, so that can happen. All right. Now, again, I think I repeat this again. No, you cannot be a club coach for your home club. You need to be a club coach of another club instead. Okay, that's important to recognize this. Now, what if you know that there's a club in District 51 who is our neighbor, who is very near your place, and you would like to be their club coach? What then how? Okay, now this you have to work with your you need to work with our CGD so that CGD can refer you to the CGD of the other districts. Okay, and they must also agree that you can be a club coach for them, for their club in their district. Okay, so this is a mutual agreement as well. All right, now I've seen some people who perhaps want to coach a club, an online club, and they've done it before. I've seen it done it before. So yeah, this is something of another alternative. Okay, but if you ask me, our district needs more club coaches. So please focus on this side first before you decide to look outside. All right. So yes, these are the if you want to do coaching outside of the district. All right. Now, if you would like to become a club coach, please feel free to register. Remember I said, right? A club coach needs to be appointed by the district. It's not like a club mentor or a club sponsor where if you see the opportunity, then you go run towards it. Okay, but for this, unfortunately, you don't run towards it. You need to be appointed. So if you want to be interested to be a club coach, please feel free to register so that when there is an opportunity, we will straight away call you and see that whether you're interested to coach a certain club and for you to quickly meet the person in charge of the club so that at least can straight away know what's the club culture like and what needs to be done. Okay, so with that, I just open the floor for any questions. Okay, I think I ended a bit too soon, but never mind. Earlier, better, right? So, yeah, any questions? Please feel free to ask. If I can answer them, I will answer them on the spot. If I can't, I will see whether my club growth director can. If we can't, we will come back to you with the answer. All right, that is our promise. Okay. Okay. Anybody has any questions?
Aaron,
Yes,
hi.
Claire.
If someone is interested to become a club coach, but only interested like next year, so this person doesn't need to register now, only register next year.
Next year depends which month.
Actually,
Okay, this
good question. Okay.
I must ask
So
club
you
growth director.
you can submit your interest in the form because we will be handing over the list to the next term CGD if anyone wasn't appointed this year due to certain scenario or anything. So yeah, you can express, or maybe you never know, there might be opportunity for you to take up this year.
Oh, so meaning to say the club coaches, it goes by the term. So
Yes.
By the
Yes.
program, yeah. By the program.
Yeah. Actually, there's a slide I want to share. For club coaches, we need to appoint them before end of the year, which is by
Oh,
before
yeah, sorry, I forgot about that.
31st of December,
Yes, yes,
because they
my
need a
fault.
minimum of 6 months to help the club to get distinguished. So the
Mm.
fastest they can help the club to get distinguished will be by end of June the following year. And to give them the 6 months, we need to appoint the club coach latest, I would say 31st of December, because you don't want to squeeze everything before the last day.
Yeah. My apologies. Yeah, that was supposed to be in the slide. I forgot about that. Yes, you have to be. You need to be appointed by end of the 31st by December before you need to be appointed by then. If not, you have to wait until the next year's program year to start, means July to start again.
okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, and this question, what if I do not renew at my own club after 30th September and less than 12 that I submit for club coach? You cannot be a member 6 months prior to the appointment. So you need to wait following year to be a club coach. Okay. Nina, what if you are not a member for a year? The criteria for Oh, you mean not a member for a year of the club that you want to be a club coach? Am I right, Nina, to say that? Then yes, you can be a club coach for that club. Okay. If you are appointed next year, you only get your credit for the term 2026. Yep, correct. Yes.
Can I ask another question? So perhaps from your experience as a club coach, right, what are the mistake, or in other words, learnings as a club coach, like what to be avoid and what to pay extra attention to?
Oh, okay. Okay. Over enthusiasm can be quite sometimes when you're over enthusiastic, when you go in, you feel like, oh, you should do this, you should do that, you should do this, you should do that, to a club that is already like, I really no mood, no energy, I'm very tired, who are you to go and give me all this energy? So sometimes I think the lessons that I learned is sometimes over enthusiasm can rub the club excos a wrong way. So I remember my first meeting with them, right, the club excos, I actually came out, oh, you should do this, no, you should go around the taman there to give out flyers for them to come out, come to the club meeting, you should have big banners and things like this, and they all look at me and say that, you think we never do this before? Wow, so sometimes that, wow, then I feel like, okay. So I haven't done my homework very well with this club, haven't built rapport yet, and then I somehow get into. So sometimes over enthusiasm can rub them the wrong way. So you need to learn to build rapport with them. Yeah. And yeah, for some reason, this club that I've been a coach for, I don't seem to be able to leave them, and they also don't want me to leave. Although I'm not a member, I'm still in their contact and communication as well. So yeah, I think when you build the rapport with them, then I think you can come up with ideas. Yeah, if not, over enthusiasm can rub them the wrong way. That's number one. Number two is also listen to their perspective and listen to their ideas. I still remember when Hazel was the president, she came up, she said, let's do a speech craft. Part of me was a bit skeptic because I was thinking, can man, you all can man, but she proved me wrong, and she said that sure we will do it, and they went on with it. I just support them when I can, and they were able to get new members, and they were distinguished by the end of the term. Yeah, so sometimes you need to listen to them as well. As I said, the role is a partnership. It's not it's not that you are better, therefore you become the club coach and then you help them. Yeah, I hope that answers you, Claire.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
Aaron, good evening. Ravin here.
Hi, Ravin. Good evening.
Yeah, thank you, sir, for a wonderful presentation. Very clear, covered the whole works. Please check me if I'm right. As a club coach, one can get up to 2 credits. The second credit, which bypasses the requirement of being a district officer, we can only earn that if we get your minimum DCP points for the club plus charter strength. If we don't get charter strength, then it's DCP points plus membership net growth of 3. Check if I'm right, sir.
Yeah, I need to check whether it bypasses the district leader you need to be a charter strength. So I need to double check with Valerie on that. If I'm Valerie.
Okay, so yeah, so this to get the district leader credit, you need to end the term with 20 members. But the +3 +5, because this term or the DCP goal for the club is different. If you want to get distinguished is +3, select distinguished is +5. So that also need to be factored into the number of members you're helping the club to grow in that term. Yeah, so it's all different criteria. So it's very important for the club coach to agree with the club president what goal in the end they want to achieve for that term. Otherwise, they'll be arguing, they want to do this, they want to do that. So that's why the first preliminary report is super important in this case.
Yeah, the first 30 days that report is very important because you need to set expectation from both sides as well. Yeah, thanks, Ravin, for that question. Yes, yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, any more questions?
Excuse me, Aaron. Excuse me, Aaron. This is Ramu
Ramu.
here. Am I audible? Can you
Yes,
hear
you
me?
are. Yes, loud and clear.
Okay. All right. I have a scenario here. The chairperson has a lot of ideas but doesn't have a lot of time. A lot of ideas but don't have much time. So trying to be a pleasant coach, don't want to hurt any feelings. All right. You take upon the responsibility on your own, and since the president says my members don't respond to me, and you start calling them, the president finds out, immediately calls you to tell that I will deal with my members. As a coach, as a president, I will deal. And if anything, you have to go through the president. But the president hasn't the time, had lots and lots of ideas, cannot be implemented. What is your take on that? I just wanted to have a clear atmosphere on this situation. Thank you, sir.
All right, thanks, Ramu, for that question. As I said earlier, the role of the coach is a partner to the club. In this case, the partner to the club exco. So in many ways, the coach is not okay, I wouldn't say you shouldn't, or at least the role that you should play is just to guide them and to support them. You may not be the one who needs to go and push them through. So in this case, if I were you, I would speak with the president. I will speak to the president and also show the president, hey, that you have many ideas. I think that's something that you can share. As long as you have a good rapport with the president, you build a good relationship, speak to the president, personally, and have a chat with him and say that, this is what I see. This is my perspective of what's happening. But at the end of the day, the president and his exco need to decide on their own. Your role is to lay it down on the table. These are the things that I see. These are the things that I can suggest. But at the end of the day, it is them who decides what needs to be done. So you as the club coach, even if they decide not to do what you have asked to do or what you have suggested to do, your role is to also support them, cheer them on and say that, okay, maybe what you have decided to do is good enough. So, cheer them on with them. So our role is not to enforce and to push it through. Yeah. It's very different from a club mentor's role. A club mentor's role, right? It's not to say that you force the members and things like this, but because the club itself is very new, they don't know many things, right? So the mentor's role is to really train them to become a quality club. So you can, in many ways, give a lot of suggestion, tell them to move this way, move that way, and most of the time members will listen because they need that guidance. But club coaches slightly different because you need to become the placetter a bit, to placate them and say that, things are moving okay, and make sure that you build a good relationship with them before you can make any suggestions. Yeah, so I think, as I said just now, right, over enthusiasm is a weakness sometimes because you feel like, oh, you can do many things, but they may not be wanting to. So this is where you need to work with them a little bit more. So sometimes people say, wow, club coach, wow, why the appointment is 2 years? Really, you will meet 2 years? When I first became a club coach, I didn't expect to go it to 2 years. But I made it, I went out to 2 years and I got extended to another year. So 3 years in all. So yeah, so sometimes that journey is really, really needs to build rapport and to tell them that, hey, don't push it, don't push them. Okay, I hope that's helpful, Ramu.
Thank you. I think I am the right path. I took the right path to be more suggestive than to be active. Thank you so much, Aaron.
Yep. Thank you, Ramu, for that. Okay. Okay, assuming the club coach has used all his ideas and knowledge and energy to help, but still can't turn the struggling club, is there someone the club coach can go through to get help? Therefore, there's a reason why you have 2 club coaches. Yeah, so the 2 club coaches, right, you will be there to really support one another, to really give them ideas to each other. Okay, so same thing, me and Robert, we are very different in nature. Okay, Robert had many good ideas as well, so that's where you need to rely on each other's strength to build the club. Yeah, so sometimes, yeah, it's true, sometimes you have so many ideas and you have shared everything and then everything cannot be done. So sometimes you really need another party to come in as well. So that's why there are 2 coaches in this instance. And the 2 coaches, both of you need to be in sync and move forward as well. Okay, and as Valerie also right there, that if really can't work with if these two coaches also feel some issue, and you can always come and speak to the club retention team. They can always support them as well. Okay, yeah. Perhaps we need a club coach support. Like something that
Hotline.
Alcoholic Anonymous like that, like I'm Aaron and I'm a club coach and I need help. Okay, any more questions? Yes. Please speak to your DVD and AD as well. They are equally important in this journey. Okay. Any more questions? Okay, Vinodini.
Yes, thank you so much. Maybe Aaron, I take that question. So thank you, Vino, for raising the question. Yes, I know that some of you all also submitted your club coach, as my team is going through the process of pairing or matching up. We call it as matchmaker between the club president and the club coach. We have a few more that is in the pipeline because we are aware that after this September renewal, there are some more clubs that will need club coaches. So your name is definitely there, we know. We actually were talking about your situation today, and my club retention team will be reaching out to you for one of the club. So yes, we'll be there with you,
Nice. Thank you, Vino, for volunteering to be a club coach. Oh, one question that I also get quite often. Can a club look for a club coach? Yes. So a club, if you know somebody, let's say if your club feels that, oh, Aaron seems like a nice guy, and I think he can talk to the club members and the club exco, can I appoint him as a club coach? Yes, you can. You can go and speak to the person, to the Toastmaster, and ask whether he or she is willing to be a club coach. And then with that, then you speak to Valerie, and then the same thing happens as well. Okay, there is agreement in terms of both sides.
Aaron, I
Yes.
just got this into my mind. What about those corporate clubs? The membership is there. Membership is not a problem. It's not suffering. But the enthusiasm to carry on, okay, in English, okay, it's been subdued by the management. They want the members to be more localized than to be a foreign. So in this situation, you being the what you call area director, how do you think we can handle the situation? Because the membership is there, they don't qualify to have a coach. So in this situation, the area director carries the burden because he also plays a club coach, he also plays a mentor, and he also plays the initiator to re-establish their interest. In your experience, how you could help me in this area? Thank you so much for your ears.
Wow, okay, this is a heavy question. Let me think let me just give a thought over it, right? Okay. I may not have the same situation as you, Ramu, what you're going through, but I do have a club that rebranded many times, that moved from they were a corporate club, and then because of certain situation, they became a community club. They opened their club for the community. And then because of certain situation, the club became a Malay club. So then it became a Bahasa club and they spoke in Bahasa. All right. So as a division director at that time, what I always tell ADs is that we just support what we can. Because at the end of the day, it is the club that decides what needs to be done. Okay, so in this instant, this club has membership. So that is something that is already a plus point. So now is to get them to get good quality meetings. Now, whichever language that they have decided to use, then we go ahead. Say, for example, if they decide to use Bahasa, then let's build a good quality Bahasa club for them. If they decide to be a bilingual club, then let's build a good quality bilingual club for them. So I think that's what I would suggest to the AD in this situation. Work with the EXCO, work with them in terms of what type of club they want to become.
Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you, Ramu, for that question. Okay, let me open for maybe 2 more questions.
I'm from District 51. Can I ask one
Hi.
question?
Sure,
Hi,
sure.
I'm Call. So yeah, talking about each club can have 2 coaches, right?
Yes.
The weak club I'm talking about, yeah, have 2 coaches. So do the 2 coaches come together in the same timing or they do differently for the same club?
Oh, good question. It really depends on the club. So for example, sometimes 2 coaches can be appointed at the same time. So then you have 2 coaches. All right. However, sometimes perhaps the club just say, maybe we just need one first, want to see first. And then after that, they realize that then the one coach will feel like, wow, this is a lot of work. So maybe I need a second one, right? Then they can get another one to come in as well. Okay. Now you can also let the club, that singular club coach, finish the program year, the 2 years. And then once that's done, then you want to, perhaps you say, let me reappoint. Therefore, reappoint him as a club coach. But in the meantime, I also get another club coach to come in, right? So that can happen as well. As long as the maximum is 2 club coaches only at one time. Yeah.
I see. So which means the 2 coaches have to work hand in hand for that similar club, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Are there situations where the club coaches don't like each other? Yes. But that's for others. But that's for stories for other time. Okay. Yes, there have been cases as well. Yeah. So that's why it's important that chemistry is very important for every party, both coaches to the club as well. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Call.
Thank you.
All right. I think Valerie asked me to look through the question that was given. Let me just go through the question and see whether, okay, number 1 is, how do I get myself involved? I think I've covered that in terms of eligibility and what you can do. Please sign up through the form. I'm new. I'd like to know more about the opportunity. Okay, I think I explained that. What to do to be appointed to be a club coach? Is it based on recommendation, pass a test, or not on doors? Okay. It can be based on recommendation. Perhaps somebody recommended you, okay, or the club recommends you to be their club coach, but you can always sign up to be a club coach at that time. There's no test, but there's something that you need to go through on base camp. So make sure that you go through it, which is the club coach program, the training. Please go through it. There's no test. Valerie won't test you and put you on the grading. Okay. Members failed to I'm not sure when this person write members failed to renew membership. I'm not sure whether there is more to that question. All right. So if you have failed to renew membership, this is something that needs to really needs work from also with the district officers as well. Okay. And finally, how to be an effective club coach. Listen and partner with the team as much as you can. Yeah. Listen and partner with the club. Okay. I like what it said. The two coaches either succeed together or sing together. That's very true. That's very true. Okay. Last question. Or forever hold your peace tonight. What if the EXCO members are not motivated even with the club coaches' advices? This I have to tell my experience. When I first joined as a club coach for this club, the club was not very enthusiastic, especially the EXCO members. Most of the EXCO members were already, they've played president, they've played VPE, they've played VPM many times. Okay. And the president, especially the president, was also going through some personal issues. And at that time, when there were a lot of ideas being thrown about to be for them, they were not very receptive. Okay. So I think what to help with these EXCO members is look at what are their current needs. Sometimes it's something as simple as perhaps they really need help in finding role players, because sometimes they are so focused on, I need to find role players, they have no time to focus on my speeches, my agenda, and things like this. Sometimes maybe they just really need your help to find role players. So really just sit down and have a really good chat with them. It's not about campaigns, or it's not about the marketing plans or things like this. Sometimes it's as simple as I just need role players. So you need to really sit down to have a clear discussion. What help do they really, really need in terms of rebuilding their club? So yeah, I think that's how you can help them be motivated. Number two is, I think I have said this many times, build rapport with the team. Go have very good coffee talks with them, coffee chats, hang out with them after their club meetings, get to know them. Sometimes it's just all these things that, little things that you can do for them, and to build that rapport, that they may feel that, okay, I can trust you enough to share some ideas as well. Yeah. So if you do have any other pertinent question, please feel free to text your ADs, your DVDs. If you need to text Valerie, please do so. If you do want to speak to me, you can always stalk me on Facebook. Okay, my Facebook is very open, so please stalk me, Aaron Chan. You can always add me and we can have a chit chat, to have coffee. Or yeah, and if you are coming down south to Johor Bahru, please feel free to say hi. Okay, so with that, I will pass the time back to the Toastmaster of the evening.
Yeah, I believe that after today's session, you have learned perhaps more than half that you can learn to become how to become a club coach. Today listening, you only will be learning half. The journey is the most important, the second half to become an effective club coach. It's about the journey, not the destinations. Enjoy your journey will become a club coach. Those who have the intention or have submitted your request, let me be the first person to congratulate you for being the club coach on behalf of the CG team or on behalf of the district as well. As I say, remember, the journey never stop learning. We continue to learn. So this concludes today's session.
So first of all, thank you everyone for joining us until the whole session has ended. Thank you for staying with us. And we want to appreciate also our speaker, Aaron, for his wonderful insights on this program. And thank you also DD Robert and CGG Valerie for gracing our event tonight.